What's up guys? Welcome back to another episode. It's 2020 and sporty cars are getting cheaper. But what are the best options to buy if you're looking for something that won't break down? And if they do, the repairs won't be breaking the bank. Well, today I'm going over the top 5 cheap sporty cars under 5K. Let's go. 1992 through 97 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. This beast of a car came with an LT1 motor with 275 horsepower and 325 foot-pounds of torque. Which is essentially the same engine as what the C4 Corvette had. So this is basically a poor man's four-seater Corvette, right? All you had to do is put in a 373 rear-end gear and you'll be chirping tires all day. In the 90s, the LT1 Corvette was the cheapest horsepower that you could buy. The Viper was way too expensive and the Ford Mustang was nerfed from factory. But what about the imports? Yeah, those two. The NA Supra came with 20 less horsepower and 155 less torque. The Z28 is basically the C4 Corvette. So you can get the Corvette's potential in a much cheaper option. And when I say cheap, I mean it. It's a 90s American budget sports car. So, plastics will break, that's how it is. The T-top may leak, that's how it is. But the engine will last and be faster than most cars on the road today. That's just how it is. In 2002 SN95 New Edge Mustang GT. This was obviously Ford's direct competitor to the Z28 because obviously the box body was nerfed from factory. So Ford had to change a few things. They came out with a beautiful rounded SN95 Mustang from 1994 through 1998. Then later they made a few more changes and created the New Edge Mustang in 1999 through 2004. The body code for the New Edge is still the SN95, but it just goes by the New Edge Mustang. The GT came with a 4.6 liter V8 with 260 horsepower and 302 foot-pounds of torque, which is still behind the Z28, but still an upgrade. A redesigned heads, camshaft, and intake manifold boosted the horsepower from the 98's model. The main issue that these cars have, and I have one, is that the spark plugs can pop out. So do regular maintenance to avoid this. Other than that, these engines can last upwards to 300,000 miles. 1992 Chevrolet C4 Corvette. This is the worst Corvette ever produced. Yet, it's still pretty cool. And it is time to buy these because the turnaround on the price of these are starting to begin, in my opinion. In the 90s, the Corvette introduced the ZR1. Although it was double the price, it was time that the average person can drive a car that's essentially a supercar killer. At a much more affordable price. In 1992, Chevrolet replaced the L98 engine with a second gen small block called the LT1. The similar engine to the Camaro. If you're grabbing the car for the retro charm, stick with the looks before 1989 because that was before Chevy redid the whole look to a less retro design. But the LT1 is a tried and true engine that is reliable and can get a 5.6 second 0 to 60. So that pick is up to you. But even after Chevy has updated the C-Force look in 1990, the car is still beautiful, beloved, and retro. Mazda Miata. Yep, it's a Mazda Miata. No, it's not fast. And no, it cannot keep up with any car on this list in a straight line. However, if you take all these cars on the tight corners, expect the Miata to pull through. Either the NA from 1990 to 1997 or the NB 1999 to 2005 Miata is a good choice, and you'll be able to find them under 5K. Both Miatas have similar power outputs, but there was an increase in power in the NB's generation. So the decision is basically made whether or not you want pop-up headlights. I'm kidding. The NBs don't have any more problems than the NA models. However, they do have a more rigid frame, upgraded suspension, and an updated interior. The interior is a bit tighter from the NA though. Miatas truly have an endless amount of tuning potential, and they are able to be upgraded on a tight budget because everything for them is decently cheap due to the huge Mazda Miata crowd. To some, the NA Mazda Miata is the better Miata, while the NB Miata is a better car overall. Either way you look at it, the Miata is a fantastic car with a convertible top. 1991 through 95 Toyota MR2. If you're looking for a reliable, affordable 2C mid-engine car, then this is what you're looking for. What does the MR2 stand for? It means mid-engine, runabout, 2-seater. If you got that right, let me know in the description down below. The 1991 Toyota MR2 came in 4 trims. The Coupe, the Turbo Coupe, the T-Bar, and the Turbo T-Bar. The regular engine was a 2.2 liter 130 horsepower 4-cylinder. The turbocharged version was 2 liters and offered 200 horsepower. It came standard with a 5-speed manual transmission, but was available with a 4-speed automatic as well. The 91 MR2 was rear-wheel drive with the engine mounted behind the seats. Fuel economy was about 20 to 27 miles per gallon. The 93 model, pressed into service in 1992, offered an array of suspension alterations, including 15-inch wheels and tires, a reduced ride height, higher rate springs and shock absorbers, stiffer bushings, and longer rear tow control arm. Turbo models received a full complement of standard kit, including mandatory T-tops, power windows and locks, cruise control, and air conditioning. For 1994, a passenger side airbag was added to the cabin, and a new taillight and a one-piece rear spoiler that graced the end of all these models. All these MR2s are tough to work on because the engine bay is pretty cramped. However, since it is Toyota, a well-kept one should last a while without giving you many problems. And the parts are pretty cheap. Alright guys, that's all I have for today. Let me know in the description down below which one you would pick. I know with COVID-19, life is becoming pretty hectic, but try your best to stay calm and clean. Fear will be the most dangerous thing, especially if everyone continues to freak out. With all that said, much love and keep optimistic. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe. If you have the time, check out one of these videos. Guys, continue to appreciate one another. This is Chris AutoMotivate. I'll see you all next time.